Hello, hola, namaste, konnichiwa. Uh, I hope you all are doing great in your life. And today's live stream is about the modern downfall of the quality of disagreements or the quality of, I can say, dialectics in the present internet, or mainly I will be saying on Instagram this happens. Not on every platform, but on Instagram, this particularly trend of hate speech on the comment sections have grew to such a level that we cannot even hold a civilized conversation in the comment sections. And actually being an engineer, and also I have worked in some research papers in the final years of my master degree, and multiple other research papers as well. One particular research paper which struck me most, and most probably in the future I will be working more, that is the common racist terms used against you when people are genuinely losing the argument. And this has impacted me a lot personally, because when I see now people are so much naive or so much vulnerable to the rational contexts presented by the people, they start targeting you personally, from which country you belong, from which economic standards you belong, from which class you belong, whatever class, societal class, economic class, whatever. They will be calling you names, adjectives, multiple kinds of slurs, and even worse, they will be making themselves look like the victims of the argument you are presenting. So this happened to me a lot on social media when we are talking, and this impacted me at a personal level, very personal level, because I have seen people uh, being into irrational or inconclusive discussions or debates a lot on Instagram. And that is why nowadays what I do now, when I see any kind of controversial reels, I don't really open the comment section, because I know what kind of people will be there. And Instagram is such a toxic place. I will be making a particular content on how Instagram is the peak brain rot application which should not be existing after 2026 or 27, because it will be very much heinous for the next generation people. Okay, so hello Liam, hello Spidey, hello Manjunath, hello brother, Saswat, hello Hitesh, hello Paramveer, super भाई, प्रिंस हाय ब्रो. नहीं सस्वत, मैंने सिस्टर मिडनाइट नहीं देखा. आई विल बी वॉचिंग. ब्रो, डू यू वॉच देसी फिलोसोफर? समटाइम्स, नॉट ऑलवेज. मैं उतना, आई डोंट हैव इनफ टाइम टू एक्चुअली watch every kind of video on YouTube, specifically on philosophy, because I have to create my own content, and I have a wide range of interest actually, like studies, my own studies. I have to teach the students. I have my interest over the geopolitics, gaming, manga, anime culture. इतने सारे चीज़ों को एक साथ कैरी करना बहुत टफ है. लाइक माई रेंज ऑफ हॉबीज इज सो लार्ज दैट आई हैव टू इन्वेस्ट some time for each and everything every day. So it is very unlikely that I can taste everything out there, but I am very much selective what I am tasting. So this is the reason why I don't really watch many YouTubers videos. हिंदी में तो एकदम ही नहीं, मतलब उतना हिंदी क्रिएटर्स के वीडियो में नहीं देखता. जनरली मैं क्या करता हूँ, जियो पॉलिटिक्स के ऊपर वीडियो देखता हूँ, देश के करंट अफेयर्स, थोड़ा लाइक सोशल अवेयरनेस के लिए. उसको छोड़ के उतना वीडियोस नहीं देखता मैं. डू यू नो हाउ टू प्ले चेस? डेफिनेटली. लाइक आई एम नॉट अ वेरी प्रो चेस प्लेयर. लाइक मैं कॉलेज लेवल तक मैं चेस खेला हूँ. कॉलेज फर्स्ट ईयर तक मैंने चेस खेला है इंटरनली. लाइक एक्सटर्नली कभी कंपटीशन नहीं किया. इंटरनली जस्ट इंटर डिपार्टमेंटल मैंने खेला है, बट कभी भी उतना ग्रेट नहीं खेला. आई विल बी एक्सेप्टिंग द फैक्ट आई एम नॉट दैट ग्रेट इन चेस. आई एम जस्ट डिसेंट इन चेस, लाइक वेरी डिसेंट. अभी तो थोड़ा भूल चुका हूँ, लाइक अभी उतना नहीं खेलता. रिसेंटली फिर से स्टार्ट किया था, फिर से डिसकंटिन्यू हो चुका है. Okay, philosophical pillar is asking me, do you think the internet has replaced the search for truth with the need to win arguments? And if so, what does it mean for our ability to grow as individuals and as a society? Look, I think at this point, as a society, we cannot grow very fast. Okay, whenever we are having a collective consciousness as a societal being, that consciousness is not really holding up much meaning right now, because human beings are often more uh, tends more towards growth when they are prone to damage, they are prone to some kind of liberation, some kind of great revolution. Like for example, 1950s ke baad, the age of enlightenment and the age of like collective growth of each and every country. Why this happened? Because before that, two world wars happened, two great multiple kinds of famines, malnutrition, diseases. People lost their sense of purpose, people lost their zeal to live. That is why when the things got better a bit, people had that thrust inside them. आज के टाइम पे वो थ्रस्ट कहीं ना कहीं मिसिंग हो चुका है, बिकॉज वो सैचुरेटेड है, दैट थिंग हैज बीन सैचुरेटेड टू द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ हेडोनिज्म एंड प्लीजर फिलोसॉफी इन माई ओपिनियन. So this is the reason. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा, I am not like coming to a conclusion that before World War II or in the era of World War II pleasure was not there. Definitely pleasure was there, but if you like compare the happiness index in the compare it to the 1940s or 1930s, in comparison to that era, now happiness has been elevated. Now I am not saying that happiness is wrong, happiness is important, but when you are deluded by happiness too much na, you invest yourself into irregular things, unnecessary things, you contribute your intellectual capabilities to things which doesn't matter or doesn't provide something great to the society. आज के टाइम पे जो भी इंस्टाग्राम पे हम लोग कमेंट देख रहे हैं, those things barely contribute anything to the society. People just come online, just get rage baited, or they will be commenting something. Even I got rage baited, I am being honest, मैं भी rage bait हुआ हूँ. लोगों के content देख के मेरे अंदर भी rage आया है. But then I think before I comment. That's why मैं इतना जल्दी comment नहीं करता इंस्टाग्राम पे मेरे खुद के पेज को छोड़ के. But this thing often I think society has brought us to such a level we cannot hold the professionalism while we have any kind of disagreement. Like for example, मेरे ही बहुत सारे followers है. एक follower है, I cannot recall the name, प्रथम I guess. Okay, on his YouTube. We often disagree, but I never hold any grudges against him. I just remember his name because he is a very loyal follower to me, very loyal subscriber to me. I don't know if you are watching my video or not, live stream or not, but you are a very loyal YouTube subscriber to me. No matter how much opposite or contradictory analogies you bring to me, I always appreciate that. मैं किसी के कमेंट को डिलीट नहीं करता, नो मैटर हाउ मच हेट कमेंट दैट इज. आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू रिप्लाई दैट विथ मॉडेस्टी एंड विथ रैशनल काउंटर पॉइंट्स. And this is why I believe that many people appreciate my like social media places, like for example my Instagram or my YouTube, because these places have been brought by me for rational people, for people who can really get into a like disagreement without personally attacking each other. Now always देखो, आलू बहुत सारे आलू रखोगे, वहाँ पर एक दो सड़े हुए आलू मिलेंगे, वो तो होगा ही, वो मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, मेरे कमेंट सेक्शन पे भी मिलेंगे. लेकिन जनरली मेरा कमेंट सेक्शन ऑलवेज ओपन टू डिस्कशन है, वी कैन डिस्कस ऑलवेज. ओके ब्रो, मेक अ वीडियो ऑन स्टोइसिज्म. मैंने ऑलरेडी स्टोइसिज्म के ऊपर बहुत सारे रील्स डाला है, एंड आई विल बी मेकिंग अ लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट वीडियो ऑन स्टोइसिज्म समडे. Yeah, definitely. I will be starting a series called Everyday Philosophy from very next month maybe. Everyday Philosophy, while I will be uploading short videos like 5 minutes or 7 minutes video explaining any kind of philosophy and how you can really implement them in your daily life. I'll be making a playlist. I'll be making quick videos with my face time reducing, like only 1 minute or 2 minutes I will be explaining with my face, and background my voice will be going. And also recently YouTube ने थोड़ा monetization policies change किया long format videos के लिए कि you cannot really make the commentary videos without your face. You have to show your face sometimes. So this is the reason why I will be making the videos with my face from now on. पहले भी फेस के साथ ही वीडियोस बनाता था, लेकिन अभी और भी ज़्यादा बनाऊंगा. दिस इज़ द थिंग. Bro, what do you think about Mr. Robot? Excellent movie. Yo, bro. Hi, Johnson. Rudranath Mukherjee. Tetsu, tell me. Hi, Rudra. Tetsu, tell me one thing. These days, the more I go into philosophical subjects, the more I get crazy. Acha, I have started to question literally everything. Very good. That's a good sign. Is this supposed to happen, or you are an idiot? No. Absolutely not. You are not an idiot. Actually, this has two ways. When you become too crazy or too succumbed with the questions without getting an answer, then you are not an idiot, I will be saying. Then I will be saying you are disconnected with the reality. That I can say. अब देखो, मैं सुगर कोट नहीं करूँगा. लोगों के लिए तुम इडियट हो सकते हो, मेरे लिए नहीं. मैं सुगर कोट लोगों के तरफ का सुगर कोट नहीं करूँगा. लोग तुम्हें इडियट बोल ही सकते हैं, बट मैं नहीं बोलूँगा. सिंपली मेरे लिए तुम नहीं हो, क्योंकि मैं मानता हूँ, मैं लोगों के इंडिविजुअलिज्म को प्रेफर करता हूँ. मैं सुनना चाहता हूँ. No matter how crazy it is, I will like to hear it. Then I will love to pass on my judgments. मैं जज नहीं करता, लेकिन मैं अपने रैशनल जजमेंट्स बोलना चाहता हूँ, जिससे कि तुम खुद को इम्प्रूव कर सको. लेकिन रुद्रा, आई बिलीव दैट यू हैव नो इशूज. दिस इज जस्ट द फाउंडेशन एंड यू आर वेरी यंग. दिस इज द एज ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग. विदाउट क्वेश्चनिंग द फंडामेंटल थिंग्स इन योर लाइफ और द रियलिटी अराउंड यू or the society around you, then you can never become a true philosopher or a true philosophically honest person or a transparent person. Honesty or transparency may, although there is a difference, but overall you cannot be a true man, in my opinion. What is your favorite book? There are multiple favorite books. Recently I was reading one book that is called Physics and Philosophy by Heisenberg, one of the renowned like scientists of Germany, you might know. And this book is my recent favorite book. I like the context of this book, really. And also Jida Krishnamurti's any book, like for example, What Are You Doing With Your Life? That book personally impacted me. Swami Vivekananda's Reflection and Raja Yoga, I like those books. I like fictional books like 1984 by George Orwell as well. Sometimes I like Dostoevsky's books. I like Anton Chekhov a lot. I love Rabindranath Tagore. I love to talk about Sarat Chandra as well, one of the greatest Bengali writers. I love Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay, one of the greatest Bengali writers, and one of the most underrated as well, in my opinion. His book Chader Pahar is one of the classic legends of like, if you talk about the top 3 adventure novels I have ever read, Chader Pahar will be always there. Okay. Your opinion on free will versus determination debate. Both actually doesn't exist, in my opinion. I have seen this very closely. Although my alignment will be towards free will because my biases come from Nietzschean philosophy a bit. But overall, I believe that both doesn't truly exist in this world. Hello Ruchi. Hello free trial user. Hello Arhan. J. Krishnamurti, sir, I don't call me sir, call me brother. I am a brother. Like sir is very much professional. College पे लोग बोलते ठीक है, like YouTube पे नहीं भाई, YouTube पे नहीं. Sir, I have read a lot of J. Krishnamurti's book, but my life isn't changing. Okay, what's the problem? Maybe the problem is you are just observing, not absorbing the thing. This is the point you should be absorbing. But maybe your life is not built for the things. Maybe you are like lingering around the things which are not applicable in your life in a practical sense. So maybe some other philosophers might help you. देखो philosophy का, although philosophy is not self-help, it doesn't guarantee that it will change your life. Even a small piece of book can change your life. ऐसा नहीं है खूब बहुत ही डीपली फिलोसॉफिकल थिंग्स तुम्हें चेंज करेंगे लाइफ में. बट हाँ, ओवरऑल मुझे लगता है कि इफ दैट इज नॉट इम्पैक्टिंग यू अ लॉट, then it has some literature value to you or some critical value to you, but not any kind of practical value. So practical value के लिए कुछ और try कर सकते हो. Definitely you are always open to try everything. You have to taste everything. लोग क्या करते हैं, बर्गर खा के बोलते हैं पीक टेस्ट, नहीं, सब कुछ ट्राई करो फिर जाके बोलो कि हाँ दिस इज राइट और रॉन्ग, सिंपल. What do you think about Marcus Aurelius' meditation book? Very good for foundational discipline of young boys and girls. मैं तो recommend करता हूँ लड़कों से भी ज़्यादा लड़कियों को पढ़ना चाहिए Marcus Aurelius. And Marcus Aurelius is one of the greatest empires of Rome. But sadly, he could not elevate the conditions of his own son. That is a different case. That his own son become one of the most heinous tyrants of Rome. But Marcus Aurelius, coming from a like royal family, he was a very wise guy, wise person. Like it feels like Marcus Aurelius is the chill guy version of Buddha. If Buddha never left his royal status, Marcus Aurelius got into the scene. It feels like. Have you read The Alchemist? I read The Alchemist, I guess. Yeah, I read The Alchemist, but I cannot recall the story right now. But overall, I have read. I remember after watching Full Metal Alchemist back in 2023. But I didn't complete the book. I read some barely 10 or 20 pages. I have this bad habit that not continuing the book anymore. That's why I take some time before reading any book, specifically when I am reading from online. Because back then I used to read from online, I didn't buy the physical copies. When I have the physical copies, I have that urge inside कि हाँ मैंने पैसा खर्चा किया है, मुझे पढ़ना पड़ेगा. This kind of mindset. Bro, do you meditate? Yes, brother. I meditate. I do meditate, but for not so long time. Like for example, these phases are mainly 15 minutes or 20 minutes in my life before sleeping. And coming from a Hindu background, like my mom and dad are very much disciplined in their faith, but I question my faith. But I believe that faith is not related to spirituality. So meditation is completely for me spiritual, but not religious. So from spiritual angle, yes, I do meditation a lot, and I do yoga as well. I do Padmasana, Vajrasana, okay, फिर शीर्षासन, मत्स्यासन, उष्ठासन, this kind of asanas. Okay, I actually, when I was going to gym back in 2023, I used to do like yoga every day, every single day after having the gym session. And all the people in the gym back then, I remember, they used to stare at me like, what the hell I am doing in a professional gym, which I was paying a lot. People, I believe, nowadays go to gym for just lifting the weight and just showing off, taking the selfies like this on the mirror. But for me, gym was truly disciplinary. The moment I started doing gym from 2021 to 23, and among those years, I was completely disciplined. I am showing you one image, actually, which was my peak physique. Now I am almost bulky, and my physique sucks now. But back then, my physique was quite good. I am showing you one image. I was quite fit back then. Let me search once. Yes, this is my peak physique back in 2023. You can see the date even. July 29, 2023. This is the last time I took any selfie on my gym. And from August 2023 or September 2023, just before the Durga Puja in my area, I discontinued my gym because the gym was overcrowded by the simps who wanted to impress the women in the gym. And that's it. My biceps were really good back then. Biceps and specifically the shoulder part. भैया मेरे दोस्त रितेश को लड़कियों पर बहुत अट्रैक्शन होता है. क्या एज क्या है रितेश का? एज क्या है? ब्रदर कैन यू एक्सप्लेन सॉल्पिसिज्म? नो ब्रदर रुद्रनाथ, एक्चुअली सॉल्पिसिज्म बहुत ही डार्क फिलोसॉफिकल थीम है ना, और थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी भी है. मैंने उतना पढ़ा नहीं है, मतलब डेफिनेशन मुझे पता है, बट आई डोंट हैव इनफ नॉलेज अबाउट दैट. ऑल फिलोसॉफिकल थीम्स को ना एक्सप्लोर करना अभी के टाइम पे बहुत टफ हो चुका है, बिकॉज अभी भी मुझे एम्पेरिसिज्म के बारे में बहुत कुछ जानना है. एंड आई बिलीव दैट एट दिस एज ऑफ माई लाइफ, बीइंग एन इंजीनियर, एम्पेरिसिज्म इज रियली गुड. I like the context of empiricism, specifically talking about David Hume. Like, if you are a person who is keen to specific topics of statistics, you will love David Hume. Empiricism. Okay. So empirical evidences, how this world works, how the logic works. These things are really good discussed in empiricism. Specifically, three philosophers I will be taking name: David Hume, Berkeley, and Leibniz, and also John Locke a bit. 16 years old it is. Okay. अच्छा तेत्सु, हैव यू रेड कबीर्स वर्क? अच्छा हाँ, यू रिकमेंडेड मी कबीर्स वर्क. मैंने कुछ कुछ कबीर के दोहे पढ़े हैं. तो मैंने पहले भी पढ़ा था, लाइक व्हेन आई वाज इन स्कूल कबीर वाज इन आवर सिलेबस, सो आई नो हु कबीर इज, बट कबीर के दोहे मैंने कभी नहीं पढ़े थे. लेकिन अभी जाके आई रेड अबाउट कबीर के दोहे, एंड कबीर seems like a very wise guy and very good for like basic wisdom and transparency of your soul. What's your top 10 best edits is asking me what's your top 10 favorite anime of all time? Top 10? Top 10 favorite anime, I am not ranking on the basis of an order like 1 2 3 4, not like this, but it is like random names I am taking, which I can recall. Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga, only anime series I am talking about, not the movies. Okay. Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga, Steins Gate, and Full Metal Alchemist, Berserk 1997. I liked Slam Dunk. Okay. Slam Dunk. Then in the recent times, there are multiple animes actually, but I can take name of Bleach. Okay. Now many people might say Bleach. Why Bleach? Because I am a Bleach fan. In the like big three, if I have to take a name, I will be taking name of Bleach. Then Devilman Crybaby, definitely. And JoJo's, specifically part 3, JoJo's part 3, and last one, the Neon Genesis Evangelion. Okay, so these are the animes. Maybe Neon Genesis should be in the top 10, but this is the random list, and there are multiple other animes as well. I have a huge list of animes I have watched, so I cannot properly recall the names. There are multiple underrated animes as well, like for example, I like Call of the Night. Recently I was watching My Dress Up Darling season 2. I liked the season 1, I am being honest. It is peak romance. Then Gurren Lagann. Then Code Geass. Yes, Code Geass must be in top 10. Sorry, I forgot to name Code Geass. So Code Geass, Death Note, multiple animes. Monster. Yes, Monster should be in top 10. Monster. These animes. Okay. Any animes produced by Madhouse. Madhouse Studio is my favorite studio. So definitely any animes by Madhouse is very close to my heart. Bro, your opinion on like blind belief of like Shiva. Like if you try to criticize the belief, then people start saying that you will be punished instead of trying to like explain me their belief. Okay, it depends on which kind of belief and which kind of inspiration you are taking from. Just give me a second. No, not like. So it really depends on which kind of belief you are talking about. Religious belief, mainly which background it is coming from biases or really just faithful devotion. दो तरह के belief होते हैं in my opinion. One comes from faithful devotion, which really doesn't matter to me. I respect that. Many people in this world have faithful devotion, and I love to actually like discuss with them about faith, about religion. No matter which religion they are coming from, specifically Abrahamic religion I am talking about, like the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jewish people. But I keep aside the Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, these people, because I believe Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh people are not really religion oriented. They are more like philosophically motivated. Now many people might say ki no, really, they are actually practice religion. Right now they have become, but fundamental notion of them were the like themes of philosophy, like the asking or the questioning. Even Vedas are like encourage us to question our faith, and many Hindu philosophical schools or Buddhist philosophical schools have the like basic condition that you have to question, you have to ask yourself, you have to fundamentally raise inside you who you are, rather than pure devotion. The concept of pure devotion never truly existed in Hindu philosophy or Buddhist, not Buddhist philosophy, I can guarantee. हिंदू फिलोसॉफी में था लेकिन कुछ अलग स्कूल्स पे थे, लेकिन द प्योर कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डिवोशन वॉज नेवर इन द हिंदू फिलोसॉफी. हिंदू फिलोसॉफी ऑलवेज गेव अस द liberty to choose or question. Like for example, Advaita Vedanta existed there, and it is a peak example that devotion, more than devotion, you need like the critical argument or the critical thinking inside you. Okay. Tetsu, your thoughts on one-sided love? Pure bullshit, and knowing that we cannot be together in this universe. Pure bullshit भाई, बहुत बहुत generic है. One-sided love का concept, I believe that this is very much fundamentally sucking from inside. I never been into any one-sided love kind of scenario. I loved one girl in my life and I got her. That's it. बट मैंने जो क्लोजली मेरे दोस्तों को देखा है, जो लोग वन साइडेड लव काइंड ऑफ रिलेशनशिप पे थे, सारे पागल हो चुके हैं आज के टाइम पे. पूरा पागल हो चुके हैं. एक दोस्त तो पूरा नशे पे चला गया, ठीक है, कॉलेज में था, वन साइडेड लव पे था. एक दोस्त तो गे बन गया है आज के टाइम पे. आई एम नॉट डिसरेस्पेक्टिंग बाय दैट सेइंग की, बट उसका सेक्सुअल थॉट्स ही पूरा चेंज हो चुका है आज के टाइम पे. लाइक हिज ओरिएंटेशन, सेक्सुअल ओरिएंटेशन ही चेंज हो चुका है. ही इज सो मच डैमेज्ड इंटरनली फ्रॉम द गर्ल्स दैट नाउ he kinda cannot believe on the or cannot like depend on the girls. He said that I will be rather dating any guy rather than any lady. So बहुत ही अलग से impact करता है. So what I have personally seen on people, don't fall in one-sided relationship. Those are very much fundamentally flawed and very much fundamentally like naive. मत करो भाई. Love का concept कभी भी one-sided नहीं होता. Love is very much like both sided thing. one sided love कुछ exist नहीं, उसे love नहीं बोलता भाई, उसे infatuation बोलते हैं मेरे मुताबिक, मेरे माने. क्योंकि दूसरे एंड का बंदा या बंदी, उसको नहीं चाहिए तुम्हारा लव अटेंशन, तुम फिर भी दे रहे हो, तो तुम तो फिर समझ ही सकते हो, सी वर्ड. दैट्स द थिंग. हे मेल्सन, Hello, I wanted to read bro, you change your name, bro. That's offensive. I wanted to read books, so I decided to start reading philosophy. Is it good idea? Definitely, this is a very good idea. Even most of the philosophers started with, like, we are talking about the conventional philosophers like Nietzsche, they started with short stories, poems, this kind of things. So you definitely can dive into philosophical books. Do you listen Mirchi Bangla audio dramas? Previously I used to listen like before class 12, but after class 12 I don't get enough time. Rudranath, brother, what age did you find out about philosophy? I have told it multiple times. I find out particularly the context of philosophy in the age of 16, when I was in class 10 or 11. So back then I actually found out philosophical things. The first philosophy I found out was Stoicism actually. Back then Stoicism was actually introduced to me by one of my teachers, one of my dear teachers of my, I used to go to a private tuition, and that teacher particularly taught me about Stoicism, that Stoicism is a very good thing of discipline, because I was a bit indisciplined back then. I used to like play a lot of games on phone. Okay, so he taught me about Stoicism. I was really good in the studies, but what happened after class 11, वो बोलते हैं ना, थोड़ा पीछे wings निकल के आते हैं, so वो हुआ था थोड़ा. सभी का होता है. I guess this is the canon even of every kind of students, that after class 10th 11th पे निकल के आते हैं, फिर जाके 12th तक झड़ जाते हैं. So okay, Aditya, Tetsu bhaiya, which philosophical anime should I start to watch now? And what do you think about James Gunn's Superman? Firstly, James Gunn's Superman, I have not watched it yet. I will be going tomorrow, and I have booked the tickets already. I will be dropping my review on my Instagram and on my post of community post of YouTube as well. So wait till tomorrow 8 p.m. After that, I will be uploading. एंड फिलोसॉफिकल एनिमे अभी जाके तुम लोग देख सकते हो. आई विल बी रिकमेंडिंग वन मूवी, स्पेसिफिकली मूवी. द मूवी नेम इज particularly I can recommend you, Yes, in this corner of the world. It is based on World War II in Japan. So very good movie and very sad movie. It gives me a vibe of that Grave of Fireflies. So you can watch this movie in this corner of the world. One of my favorite recent movies I have watched. Okay, and also one movie called The Anthem of the Heart. Okay, these movies are really good. Okay, ओआरबी देखा है आपने? हाँ अमिता, मैंने ओआरबी देखा है. Agniv is asking Grave of Fireflies. Yes, definitely. Grave of Fireflies, many people know already because it is coming from such a big studio, and many people who have watched philosophical movies, anime movies, they have watched Grave of Fireflies. If you are coming to me, you expect something else, I believe. So that is why I am recommending something else. Your opinion on like Stoics, like the things you appreciate very much, something you don't like. The thing I appreciate very much is the fundamental four basic principles of Stoicism. The thing I don't really like is hard scoping mechanism. हार्ड स्कोपिंग भाई स्टॉइसिज्म बहुत गंदा कोपिंग कराता है भाई, बहुत गंदा. क्योंकि मैं जब यंग था, टीनेज तक था, मैं ऑनेस्टली कोप ही करता था मेरे खुद के अंदर के सफरिंग को या एब्सर्डिस्ट थॉट्स को. सो स्टॉइसिज्म डजंट गिव यू इनफ लिबर्टी टू थिंक. इट इज मोर लाइक स्टॉइसिज्म एक्चुअली यू इट इज पोस्ट सॉक्रेटिक फिलोसॉफी ना. इट फील्स लाइक अ रिलीजियन. सॉक्रेटिस के टाइम पे actually Platonic philosophy is kind of inspired Christianity, and Stoicism feels like an extension of any kind of other religion. Okay, so Greek philosophy का यही मैं सबसे बड़ा मतलब criticism रखना चाहता हूँ, जो बाद में बहुत सारे philosophers भी दिए थे, कि Greek philosophy doesn't give you enough liberty. Although Aristotle, Plato, they all said us कि think more, question, arise question. लेकिन प्लेटो खुद भी ऑथोरिटेरियन था थोड़ा. प्लेटो के थॉट्स बहुत ही रेडिकल थे, कुछ चीज़ें प्लेटो के भी रेडिकल थे. इफ़ यू रीड प्लेटोस रिपब्लिक ने मतलब प्लेटो के थॉट्स लगता है कि ऑथोरिटेरियन आइडियाज़ को या डिवोशन को प्रमोट करता है. तो इसीलिए तुम देखना कि बाद में जाके जो फिलोसोफर्स आए, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल नीत्शे और स्कोपेनवेयर, दे वर इवन कांट, इमानुएल कांट, दे वर बिग क्रिटिक्स ऑफ ग्रीक फिलोसोफर्स because all of them were very much radical. You have to understand from where their inspirations are coming na. Back then ancient Greece was always fighting with each other. Cities used to fight with each other. They were very barbaric. So inspirations came from them. That's why you cannot really rely on any kind of Greek philosophy. Greek philosophy is not as much as inspiring like Hindu philosophy in my opinion. क्योंकि हिंदू फिलोसॉफी का स्पिरिचुअल नोशन और अलाइनमेंट मच बेटर देन स्टॉइसिज्म मुझे लगता है. अगर तुम लोगों को स्टॉइसिज्म नहीं पढ़ना है, तुम जाके भगवत गीता पढ़ो, दिन पे 10 बार तुम्हारा काम चल जाएगा. इन माई ओपिनियन द सेम थिंग विल बी हैपनिंग. ओके, बट इन अ बेटर वे. भगवत गीता तो तुम्हें एक रियलिज्म दिखाएगा, कोपिंग करने के लिए मना करता है. दिस इज द थिंग. ओके, परमवीर इज आस्किंग मेजर फिलोसोफर्स बैटल रॉयल who would win? Maybe Nietzsche, because Nietzsche loves to rant. Okay. You, Acha, Regal is asking you balding. No wonder why you are into philosophy. ROFL. Yeah, I am not balding properly, but I am having some white hairs here and there. Like I am already 26, so yeah, maybe I have my wide forehead actually, quite a wide forehead. So yeah, doesn't matter to me. I believe that balding or losing hair doesn't matter. With low hair and one mustache, a guy completely destroyed the whole philosophical notion of Western philosophy. So that doesn't matter. Bro, have you watched Given? Maybe try that. No, I haven't watched. I have to check it. Have you watched Urusei Yatsura? Yes, and Ranma, both. I am a big fan. By the way, I am a big fan of both. Urusei Yatsura and Ranma have both are one of my favorite rom-coms. Okay, so you can check even my like rom-com ranking on my Instagram. I have already ranked them. Acha. Next is Melson is saying you are the goat. No brother, I am not a goat. I am just a human being. I love to stay as a human being, not as a goat. Okay, the next one is no, it's weird, but by reading Marcus Aurelius' meditation instead of upgrading iPhone, I prefer to use my old phone long. Very good. This is the thing I appreciate about Marcus Aurelius, the simplicity of life. You can be grounded. Your expectations should be grounded. Now, in some points, I believe these things doesn't work. Like in your career, if you always try to stay in the same point, there is a big circumstances in your career. But from the life perspective, yeah, Marcus Aurelius really works. That's why I said, na, Marcus Aurelius is very good for early teenage or post teenage. But after teenage, when you are entering into adulthood, don't stay on stoicism. After that, you move on to something new, like for example, newer philosophical thoughts. Okay, and best edit says asking me what's love. Give the most detailed answer you can. There is so much confusions, different emotions. You have made some video on it, but now you can actually on those videos you can check in the comment section. I have elaborated a lot, but for me, in a word, if I have to describe love, this is important. Listen to this. If I have to describe love from my angle after 6 years of relationship with my girlfriend, I can say love isn't beautiful, but love is necessary. Love is like a survival emotional factor which is not always emotional as well. And love is something which shall be both sided, and love should be freedom. The last one is most important. Love should be freedom. The person who loves you shall give you the utmost feeling of freedom when you are not free at all. Maybe from societal point of view or maybe from psychological point of view. But when you are with that lovable person, you have to feel the freedom. Now this love might not be associated with any kind of person. It might be associated with your career. It might be associated with your mom and dad. Like when I am with my mom and dad, I love my mom and dad as well. They give me the utmost feeling of freedom. That's why I love them. They accept me at my fullest. That is called love, in my opinion. That the person who is accepting you at your fullest, and you are providing something at your fullest. That is the traditional definition of love for me. That the thing which gives you utmost liberty, the privilege of living, the privilege of freedom. Like freedom doesn't exist explicitly, in my opinion, but when you love someone, you can be free. You can be a free person. Like when I loved my girlfriend, I actually felt freedom. I felt really good when I proposed my girlfriend and we came to a relationship back in 2020. I really felt well. I felt free. I felt myself. That's the thing. When she accepted me at my, what can I say, at my flaws, I am a flawed human being as well. But she accepted me at my fullest. That's the thing. Luffy is asking me, bro, how can I start reading philosophy or get interested into that? You can start with Greek philosophy, or in Eastern philosophy, you can start with Hindu philosophy, then move on to Buddhist philosophy and Hindu philosophy. And in Western philosophy, you move on to Stoicism. Then after Stoicism, you can directly jump to rationalism. You can check Christian existentialism. You can check atheistic existentialism. There are multiple. It depends on your taste. I'll be like recommending you start with the fundamental Greek philosophy and Stoicism. That is good. Okay. भाई manifestation का opinion doesn't exist. I am strictly against manifestation in my opinion. बहुत बुलशिट कॉन्सेप्ट है. ऐसा कुछ एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता कि यूनिवर्स तुम्हारे बातों के सुन के भाई रिफ्लेक्ट करे. ऐसा कुछ एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. हाँ, अब तुम बोल सकते हो कि तेत्सु भाई यू बिलीव ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सोल. या आई बिलीव ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सोल, बट दैट डजंट मीन कि मैनिफेस्टेशन एक्चुअली एग्जिस्ट. भाई तुम्हारा सोल खुद से रिफ्लेक्ट करता है, ना कि यूनिवर्स से. हाँ, नाउ फ्रॉम द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अद्वैत यू कैन से कि येस, फ्रॉम इनसाइड योर ओन हियरिंग्स कैन बी मैनिफेस्टेड. दैट इज योर प्योर एफोर्ट्स. दैट इज योर कॉन्स्टेंट रिमाइंडर कि हाँ मैंने ये चीज़ किया है. दिस इज माई ओन लाइक माई ओन zeal to urge to gain something. That is not truly manifestation. Actually, human beings are irrational beings, na. They love to call the rational things irrationally. So sometimes I believe कि ऐसे manifestation बोल के हम लोग कुछ भी चला देते हैं, but actually those are not manifestation. Pure form of manifestation नहीं होता. आदित्य इज आस्किंग. अच्छा, आदित्य तब से क्वेश्चन कर रहा. आई एम जस्ट आई कुड नॉट keep up to that. भैया एक और चीज़, नाउ इट इज आई एम गेटिंग सैड लाइक एनीथिंग. तुम्हारा प्रोफाइल पिक्चर क्या है एक बार देखने दो. इज दैट स्लैम डंक? इट फील्स लाइक. एनीवेज, सैड लाइक एनीथिंग. बहुत लोगों के बातों का बहुत सीरियस लेता हूँ. ओके, एंड आई एम नॉट गेटिंग हैप्पी. I get happy by watching old cartoons like the Batman. Oh, Batman original, the 90s one. My God, that's one of my favorite animated series actually. Um, Actually, I guess this problem comes from age and lesser exposure to society. जब तुम्हारे आसपास लोग कम हो ना, तुम्हें ज़्यादा ऐसे इकोज सुनाई देता है कि हाँ, people are saying a lot about me, I am getting affected by people. But not truly, brother. In my opinion, you have to understand the healthy barrier between people and you. लोग कुछ बोलेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, बट यू हैव टू क्रिएट दैट बैरियर कि हाँ, किन के बातें तुम्हारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. ऐसा नहीं है कि जो इंपॉर्टेंट है उनका भी बातें छोड़ दो कि कोई बोल रहा कि भाई स्मोक मत कर, तुमको वो भी डिनाई करना है, ऐसा नहीं. लेकिन कोई बंदा अगर तुम्हें कोई गलत एडवाइस दे रहा, गलत कुछ बोल रहा, तुम सही कर रहे हो लेकिन जानबूझ के गलत बोल रहा, he wants to poke you, he wants to like do something bad to you. Okay, he wants something bad for you. Okay, so ऐसे लोगों को तुम्हें एक हेल्दी बैरियर क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा कि which people XYZ are important to me, other than XYZ those people are not important to me. Like this set theory के जैसे. Okay, outside the set people are not important, inside the set people those people's opinion truly matters. So yeah, even if they are harsh, you take them seriously and then apply on yourself. Okay, oh my God, you guys are like too many questions today. Okay, I have to answer them one by one. Okay, Luffy is asking, bro, how can I start reading philosophy or get interested in? I have already told you that start with stoicism. Okay, DJ Bravo, Tetsu, have you watched Lord of the Mysteries anime? No, brother, I have heard about that. I will be downloading very soon. I have actually added to my watch list. Gojeta. Okay, Gojeta is asking, by the way, I am 90s kids. Okay, you are replying to Aditya. Okay. Rumble is asking, opinion on Japanese people's obsession towards vehicles. Is it materialistic passion or seek of luxury? Mainly seek of luxury, not truly materialistic in my opinion. Because nowadays I feel like those people who want to possess something, those come from extreme alignment to luxury. Okay, not truly materialistic. At one point of time they will be understanding that these things will not be staying with them for a long run. Okay, okay, Oasis Ox 0XIW3. Okay, what's your opinion on Itihas and deities like Lord Ram, Lord Hanuman, Lord Krishna? Very good question. And his diplomacy, since most people depict them as warmongers, but war was waged as the last decision. भाई एक तो मुझे ये चीज़ बहुत गलत लगता है जो वेस्टर्न फिलोसोफर्स और वेस्टर्न हिस्टोरियंस, स्पेसिफिकली हिस्टोरियंस नॉट फिलोसोफर्स, हिस्टोरियंस जो जैसे डिपिक्ट करते हैं हमारे एपिक्स को, इंडियन एपिक्स को, या इंडियन जो राइटिंग्स है, इंडियन फिलोसॉफी है, इनको जैसे डिपिक्ट किया जाता है, स्पेसिफिक ऐसे वर्ड्स एसोसिएट किया जाता है, वार्मोंगर, क्लासिस्ट, दिस दैट. मैं तो पहले ऐसे वर्ड्स को ही हटाना चाहता हूँ. In my opinion, Westerns are very smart about these things, using these particular things about Indian culture, because they know if they associate these words with our culture, then people will not be interested in our culture, and the more people are not interested in Indian culture, that will be heinous for India as a whole, as from tourist perspective, from tourism, from philosophy, from a culture, from geopolitics, from economic, whatever it is. But in my opinion, Indian epics are one of the best things. War is inevitable in the history of humanity. मुझे तो ये चीज़ खराब लगता है, जो लोग कॉलोनियलिज्म को प्रमोट करते थे वो लोग हमें वॉरमोंगर बोलते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ आवर एपिक्स. दिस इज प्योरली वेग एंड वेरी मच प्रिटेंशियस इन माई ओपिनियन. वॉरमोंगर बोलने से कोई वॉरमोंगर नहीं होता, एपिक भी वॉरमोंगर कुछ नहीं होता. उस हिसाब से तो ग्रीक फिलोसॉफी पढ़ना ही नहीं चाहिए भाई, क्योंकि ग्रीक्स तो हमेशा वॉर पे रहते थे. उस हिसाब से तो वाइकिंग्स का हिस्ट्री देखना ही नहीं चाहिए, वाइकिंग्स सो ही नहीं देखना चाहिए, बिकॉज वाइकिंग्स इन्वेडेड इंग्लैंड. दिस इज हाउ वी डू कैंसल कल्चर, दिस इज हाउ वी डू शैडो बैनिंग ऑफ द कल्चर. कल्चरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हम लोग बैन कर देते हैं, रोक देते हैं. यही चीज तो नीत्शे अगेंस्ट था. नीत्शे was completely against these things. So in my opinion these things I don't appreciate a lot. ऐसे वर्ड्स को एसोसिएट कर देना, बारबरिक, pagans, warmongers, these kind of things. These are very vague and pretentious words. Stay away from these words. Don't use it against someone as well. Okay. पहले देखो उनके नेचर क्या होता है, पहले पढ़ो, फिर जाके ऐसे वर्ड्स यूज करो. इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी ना, इंडिया को ही इन्वेट किया गया, तो इंडियन एपिक्स को वारमोंगर बोलना बहुत गलत है, बहुत ही गलत है. ओके, सो डीजे प्रभु इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन ऑन टीवी सीरीज डेक्स्टर. मैंने नहीं देखा डेक्स्टर, बहुत सारे मीम्स आते हैं लेकिन नहीं देखा डेक्स्टर, नहीं देखा. ओके, आफ्टर स्टोइसिज्म व्हाट फिलोसॉफी टू रीड, लाइक आइडियाज ऑफ ग्रीक्स एंड इंडियंस. यू कैन मूव ऑन टू लाइक स्केप्टिसिज्म or maybe post-Socratic schools in Greek philosophy. Indian philosophy में try the different schools of Hindu philosophy, like maybe Sankhya, maybe अद्वैत को छोड़ के dualistic philosophy के ऊपर, non-dualistic को छोड़ के जो भी philosophy है. Jain philosophy you can try. Jain philosophy is actually very good. In my opinion, Jain philosophy is one of the best in like Indian subcontinent. Okay. सो पिग पेन मनहुआ नहीं हिटेज, मैं मनहुआ नहीं पढ़ता ब्रदर, मैं नहीं पढ़ता मनहुआ, मुझे उतना पसंद नहीं है. आई हैव रेड ओनली वन मनहुआ, वन और टू मनहुआज. वन आई लाइक अ लॉट, वन डिडंट, आई डिडंट लाइक मनहुआ के. वैसे भी मनहुआ का अभी जाके थोड़ा रेपुटेशन खराब हो चुका है ना, वो विंड ब्रेकर का पता है ना, विंड ब्रेकर के मनहुआ के राइटर के साथ क्या हुआ, ही वॉज कॉपिंग some other like mangakas and manhwa artists, so he stopped writing the manhwa. Okay, so okay, it's just me is asking bhaiya absolute truth kya at the end of the day I don't know hai. Maybe yes, I think I don't know में ही absolute truth होता है, क्योंकि when you know then that is not truth. Truth is something which has to be evaluated, which has to be like scrutinized. So yes, I don't know is a very good answer. Okay, Tetsu, have you watched Breaking Bad? Yes. What is your thoughts on it? Fantastic. I am no one to actually judge negatively about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is absolute flawless in my opinion. Many people criticize it slow, बहुत slow है. नहीं भाई, Breaking Bad का कुछ criticism नहीं है. I am a big BB fan and also BCS fan, Better Call Saul. सो पूरा ब्रेकिंग बैड यूनिवर्स ही मेरे लिए बहुत क्लोज टू माई हार्ट है, एंड दैट सीरीज इज लिटरली पीक. मैंने 2 बार देखा है, मैंने रिवॉच किया, लास्ट ईयर ही मैंने रिवॉच किया, बिकॉज आई वॉन्टेड टू फील द फिलोसॉफिकल थीम्स ऑफ द सीरीज एज वेल अगेन. लाइक लास्ट टाइम मैंने देखा था 2019 या 20 पे, फिर जाके मैंने अभी फिर से रिवॉच किया. ओके, सो ग्रीक हेयर, हाई टास्क. ओके, Greek here. I am enjoying your posts a lot. Thanks for referencing Greek philosophers Tetsu. Much welcome, much welcome. I love actually I love Greek philosophy and Greek culture a lot, because me being an Indian, you already know that Indians have a very similar cultural history like Greeks. We have similar pantheons, concept of pantheons. We have the similar epics like Mahabharata, Odyssey, Ramayana, Iliad, this kind of things. And I love Greek philosophy because Greek philosophy is the foundation of rationalism, logic, politics, these things. And Indian philosophy is the foundation of wisdom, spirituality, yoga, this kind of concepts. So this is why I am more keen to Greek philosophy. I really want to scrutinize Greek philosophy again and again. I know I don't claim that Greek philosophy is absolutely flawless, but I love it. I love it because this is the foundation. And when the foundation is right, you are on a good track. By ruthless interrogation. Kind of, yes. Space Girl is asking me, please review the movie guide. Yes, you have told me already. I will be reviewing the movie guide on my alt account, Pop Culture Tetsu. You can check it. Okay. देवानंद के बहुत सारे movies मैंने actually देखा है. Guide, फिर वो मूवी बोलो ना जिसपे गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, कौन सी मूवी थी? आई फॉरगॉट. आई गेस दैट इज फ्रॉम, एक सेकेंड मुझे देखने दो. गुलाबी आंखें कौन सी मूवी से थे? हाँ, ट्रेन, द ट्रेन. यस, द ट्रेन. आई हैव वॉच्ड दैट मूवी एज वेल. ओके, Um, Manjunath is asking me, bro, did you watch Godzilla Singular Point anime? Yes, yes, I have watched that anime. Just barely I have watched because there is nothing much to describe about the anime. The anime was good, so like 7 out of 10. Being a good like big fan of Godzilla, I liked the depiction. It reminded me of that Hideo. Not Hideo, the Neon Genesis Evangelion's creator. What is the name of the director? I forgot. The Sin Godzilla. Actually, it reminded me of Sin Godzilla specifically. So that's the thing. Okay, Partha is saying that bro, you sing really well. I have actually gotten like classical music training since my childhood. Like when I was in 4th standard to 10th standard, मैंने गाना सीखा है, properly सीखा है. So उतना भी बढ़िया नहीं है, अभी जाके मेरा गला खराब हो चुका है. I honestly accept that thing. What's your point on Ahsoka? Asuka or Ahsoka? Which one? Tetsu, I am new to philosophy. Can I read The Stranger by Albert Camus? No. No. Don't start with Albert Camus. Albert Camus must be coming much later. Although it depends on your age and your taste, although. Look, The Stranger is more of a literature work than philosophy work. So you can start it. Yeah, definitely you can start it. From literature point of view, you can start it, but not from philosophy point of view. It is not a true philosophy book. It is more like a literature from where you can gain some philosophical ideas and philosophical lessons. Okay. Stoic Spirit is saying me that bro, I am reading Boys Abyss, very good, and feeling so fucked. What's your opinion? Boys Abyss is actually good, but I am skeptical about the last few chapters. Like I am not a big fan of Boys Abyss. It feels like it is like a toned down version of Watch Me Pun Pun. Uh, and yeah, it is good, so like I have already made a review of Boys Abyss until chapter number 90. So you can check it on my Instagram. Okay. Tetsu, words on Berserk. Peak, only peak. I love Berserk, there is no doubt. Nowadays it feels like there are many degenerate fans in Berserk community, Berserk fan base, but being a very old fan, I will not be saying OG fan. OG fans are before 2020, but I found Berserk in 2020, so I will be saying that Berserk, being an old fan, like already 5-6 years have been passed in this community, Berserk is one of my favorite mangas all time. Definitely, huge respect to Miura for writing the manga, and it is influential, deeply influential in the seinen community. It is no doubt one of the most influential mangas out there. Okay. Paramveer is asking me, Tetsuchan, मैं हमेशा सैड रहने लगा हूँ, कोई चीज़ करने का मन नहीं करता, प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन बाप रे करता, और स्कूल का काम नहीं पूरा हो रहा, फ्रेंड्स के साथ बात नहीं हो रही, ज़िंदगी के एल लगे पड़े हैं. तुझे बहुत बढ़िया एक मार चाहिए, एकदम स्लोपी एकदम मार चाहिए, बहुत बढ़िया. मम्मी को बोलो बहुत मारने के लिए, देखना एक दिन मार खाओगे एकदम सीधा हो जाओगे. Okay, just joking, but in my opinion, if you are feeling more like procrastinated and detached from the reality of your life, you can try getting a vacation बहुत बढ़िया होगा. फिर आके zeal करो कि हाँ मुझे करना है, I have to do it, because other than you, who will be doing it? खुद का एक मोटिव बनाओ कि हाँ मुझे करना पड़ेगा, खुद का मोटिवेशन खुद बनो. बाहर से मोटिवेशन नहीं आएंगे, कोई मोटिवेट करने के लिए नहीं आएगा. ये सेल्फ हेल्प बुक्स फेंक दो, कुछ नहीं होता. मैं भी कोई नहीं हूँ, मैं तुम्हें सिर्फ बोल सकता हूँ, घर जाके तुम्हें नहीं बोल सकता अरे भाई पढ़ रहे भाई पढ़ ले. ऐसा नहीं होता. खुद के अंदर से ज़ील लाना पड़ता है. अभी हो सकता है स्कूल पे हो इसीलिए उतना सीरियसनेस नहीं आया, मुझे लग रहा है कि सीरियसनेस नहीं आया अभी तक. ये होता है, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ होता है, मैंने देखा है. कॉलेज लाइफ पे जाके ठीक हो जाएगा. कॉलेज लाइफ पे क्या होता है ना, बहुत ही टाइट स्केड्यूल होता है ना, या तो बंदा सीरियस होता है या तो पूरा बिगड़ जाता है, पूरा चला जाता है, नशे पे चला जाता है. दिस इज द थिंग. Okay, study only. No, Dazai is saying a problem. I am a social media manager. Okay, very good. And my whole day revolves around social media content, and in this rush, I am losing my own critical thinking. Wow. And how should I fight it? Or read some philosophers? Read some philosophers, I will be saying. But in my opinion, a better thing will be that creating a soft line between your professional life and your personal thinking, because critical thinking is a part of your personal life, that is from your personal experiences that is coming from. But critical thinking should not be affected by the people on social media, in my opinion, because social media is often fleeting. People on social media, there are numerous people on social media, so if you are bothering too many opinions, you are bothering nothing. So in my opinion, you don't get attached to people's opinion on social media if you are a social media manager, in my opinion. uh, because the more you are getting attached to people on social media whom you don't know, and the opinions you hear always, you are cluttered by them always, then you will be overwhelmed, and that is very bad for your own personal thinking and critical thinking. That's why I am saying create a soft barrier between your professional life and your personal life. Like, for example, here is your critical thinking, safeguard it, protect it, gatekeep it, okay, because that is your personal, like that defines who you are and how good quality of intellectual value you bring in this community, in this society. If your opinions are overwhelmed by the people whom you don't know, then that is in my opinion drastic for your personal life. So I will be saying creating a healthy barrier and very soft barrier which cannot be teared very easily. Okay. Okay, Aditya is saying philosophical Tetsu. Thanks, Bhaiya, for the advice. That's Ryota Miyagi. Yes, slam dunk. मैंने बोला ना Miyagi का प्रोफाइल पिक्चर है, मुझे लगा ही था. Channel name, I meant like after Indians and Greeks to read like newer ideas and like books you recommended. Thank you, brother. DJ Bravo is asking Tetsu, what is true eternal true wisdom according to you? भाई देखो, एटर्नल ट्रू विजडम ना डिपेंड करता है कल्चरल वैल्यूज से, मुझे लगता है इन्फ्लुएंस होता है, और खुद को सेल्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग से इन्फ्लुएंस होता है. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड योर सेल्फ वेरी वेल एंड यू हैव टू हैव अ क्लियरर इमेज अबाउट योर सेल्फ सो दैट नो फकिंग पर्सन ऑन दिस अर्थ कैन ईजिली सैटर योर इमेज ऑफ योर सेल्फ. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि एक्सट्रीम नार्सिसिज्म में सफर करो उसका मतलब, लेकिन एक चीज चाहिए कि सेल्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग दूसरों पे थोपो मत, लेकिन खुद को लेके एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए. सॉर्टेड बंदा बनो, सिंपल सी चीज़ है. जैसे मैं एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, मार्शल आर्ट. ओके, मार्शल आर्ट जो अपना ये स्ट्रेंजर का मेन कैरेक्टर है, अल्बर्ट कैमू का, लोग उसको बहुत ही पेसिमिस्टिक सोचते थे, लेकिन मेरे मुताबिक बंदा बहुत वाइज था, बहुत ही सॉर्टेड काइंड ऑफ बंदा था. उसको खुद के बारे में पता था. उसकी मम्मी मर गई, वो बीच पे चला गया नेक्स्ट दिन. उसको खुद के लाइफ के, खुद के प्रेफरेंसेस के बारे में पता था. लोग उसके ऊपर मॉरल पॉलिसिंग कर रहे थे, लेकिन उसको पता था कि उसके नेसेसिटीज क्या है. ये भी एक काइंड ऑफ विजडम है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ट्रू विजडम, बिकॉज ट्रू, दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्ड ट्रू इज वेरी मच कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी टू मेनी पीपल एंड दिस इज सब्जेक्टिव. ट्रूथ इज सब्जेक्टिव. सो ट्रू मैं इलाबोरेट नहीं करता, लेकिन विजडम को मैं कर सकता हूँ. ट्रू विजडम ऐसा कुछ नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता, लेकिन एटर्नल विजडम एग्जिस्ट कर सकता है. इट इज माई ओपिनियन, पर्सनल ओपिनियन. रूपम, आई हैव नो एनिमीज वर्सेस गट्स किल फिलोसॉफी. देखो, दोनों के सोसाइटल मुझे लगता है ये जो कंपैरिजन है थॉरफिन और गट्स के अंदर, ये बहुत ही होता था पहले, ज़्यादा होता था जब विनलैंड सागा सीजन 2 आया था. बट इन माय ओपिनियन दोज टू फिलोसॉफीज आर completely different and we truly cannot draw a line between them. Okay, so you have to understand a balance between them. Guts जो कर रहा, what Guts is doing is protecting him. He is not radical. He is not attacking on something without any cause. But right now, Guts' sole purpose of his life is to protect Casca. Protect Casca at any cost. उसने तो बोला भी था, एक पैनल भी था, I will be protecting her. Okay. After like the eclipse part. Okay. लेकिन Thorfinn के influences अलग है. Thorfinn was much inspired by the Christian moral values, where he was inspired by the thought कि never attack someone, or the resisting yourself from attacking someone, or I have no enemies, having absolutely no enemies. But for Guts, where he exists in that world, if he follows that philosophy, na, he will be killed within some hours. He has constant nightmares, brother. After like after the sunset, that fucking world, he has the like the tattoo. He has the tattoo left, so he will be constantly a focus of attraction by the devils. So Guts is much more prone to the damage. अगर थॉरफिन भी वहाँ होता उसको खुद के प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए और खुद को बचाने के लिए ये करना ही पड़ता. ओवरऑल मुझे लगता है कि आई हैव नो एनिमीज इसको बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेच किया जाता है. इट इज़ वेरी मच पर्सनल फिलोसॉफी. It cannot be applied to multiple levels. Like for example, any form of pacifism that cannot be political, that cannot be societal very well. Okay, like for example, Gandhi's pacifism. मैं गांधी के पैसिफिज्म का बहुत बड़ा क्रिटिक हूँ. Gandhi's pacifism led to many heinous decisions of this India, like the freedom fight of India. I respect Gandhi. बट गांधी पैसिफिज्म को एक ऐसे एक्सटेंट तक गांधी ने मतलब स्ट्रेच किया था, तब जाके पैसिफिज्म का कुछ मीनिंग ही नहीं रहेगा. इसीलिए तो नेताजी के साथ कोर फिलोसॉफिकल प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट हुए ना गांधी जी के. लेकिन उन्होंने खुद जो किया था, गांधी जी बैठ जाते थे अनशन पे, वो बहुत सही डिसीजन था, वो बहुत सही चीज था. वो मार खाते थे, जेल पे गए, सब कुछ किए, मेरा बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है. बट मुझे लगता है इंटरपर्सनल फिलोसॉफी के लिए पैसिफिज्म इज नॉट वेरी गुड. You have to have a balance proper. Like for example, Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai was a very good example of this. Okay, that revolution comes from inside. Okay, so you have to understand that where you have to protect yourself. Okay. Tetsu, your favorite top 3 favorite authors. Definitely Dostoevsky. आई एम नॉट रैंकिंग अगेन, रैंक नहीं करता मैं, मुझे थोड़ा टाइम लगता है रैंक करने के लिए, दिमाग सोचना पड़ता है. सो आई विल बी सेइंग दोस्तोयेव्स्की. डिफरेंट फिलोसॉफ लाइक डिफरेंट कंट्रीज़ के डिफरेंट होते हैं, लेकिन अगर मुझे नाम लेना ही है तो दोस्तोयेव्स्की डेफिनेटली, रविंद्रनाथ ठाकुर इन्फ्लुएंशियल, मेरे पर्सनल लाइफ में इन्फ्लुएंशियल, एंड राइटर मे बी ऑस्कर वाइल्ड. आई लव ऑस्कर वाइल्ड्स राइटिंग एक्चुअली. जेरोम पे जेरोम भी हो सकता है, एंटोन चेखव भी अच्छा लगता है, अलेक्जेंडर पुस्तकिन का रिसेंट मैंने पोएम्स पढ़े, वो भी बहुत बढ़िया है. लेकिन हाँ, ये सारे नाम मैं ले सकता हूँ. ओके, व्हाट्स योर ओपिनियन ऑन फीलिंग अ सेंस ऑफ सुपीरियोरिटी फॉर बिलोंगिंग टू अ सर्टेन कम्युनिटी और लाइकिंग आर्टिस्ट दैट अदर्स डोंट? टिपिकल एलिटिज्म. एक्चुअली इंडिविजुअल पर्सपेक्टिव से मुझे लगता है कि उनको जज इतना जल्दी नहीं करना चाहिए. उनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू भी सुनो, क्या बोलना चाहते हैं, क्यों वो लाइक करते. इफ़ यू फाइंड कि या देयर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इज नॉट रियली रिलायबल, इन माई ओपिनियन डोंट थ्रो एनी वर्ड्स ऑन देम लाइक एलिटीज, ये वो. लेकिन हाँ, इफ़ यू फाइंड दैट पर्सन इज वेरी मच डिल्यूडेड बाई द आइडिया और देयर फेवरिटिज्म, then don't get into an argument with those people, because that will bring you to nowhere. They will never be accepting the fact that whatever you are trying to establish, or you will be never accepting his point of view as well. So it will be an eternal cycle of going to nowhere. So that's the thing, brother. Okay. जॉर्ज ऑरवेल एक्चुअली मेरे फेवरेट नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने बहुत सीखा है. आई हैव लर्नड मेनी थिंग्स फ्रॉम जॉर्ज ऑरवेल. ही इज नॉट माई एब्सोल्यूट फेवरेट, आई कैन नॉट से, because what George Orwell actually writes on na socio-political dialogues, I am not a big fan of that writing, that particular genre. I mean, other than Orwell, I have barely read Huxley, social political dialogue about Tarasankar Bandyopadhyay, his socio-political dialogues, about some European writers, some feminist writers, I have read about them, but I am not a big fan of that particular genre specifically. That's why I have not taken name of George Orwell, like the socio-political dialogue or some kind of fictional take on society, politics, how manipulation works. I am not a big fan of that particular writing style. But yeah, 1984 is definitely one must read book for everyone. Vibhuti Bhushan, yes, definitely Vibhuti Bhushan. Vibhuti Bhushan is also one of my favorite. But yeah, if I have to take one name from Bengali literature, that should be Rabindranath Thakur, because Rabindranath Thakur is like the pioneer, like the backbone of Bengali literature. एक नाम पे ही सबको पता चल जाता है. So that is the reason why I took name of Rabindranath Thakur. And also Rabindranath Thakur के मैंने almost सारे छोटे जो भी स्टोरीज थे, शॉर्ट स्टोरीज, मैंने सब पढ़ लिए थे. और मेरा सबसे फेवरेट जो था Goda was one of my favorite ones. Okay, what's your thoughts on Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion? Okay, Asuka actually suffers from huge mommy issues, in my opinion. She has a very problematic relationship and a problematic childhood, and a very much questionable moral standings and how to deal. Obviously, she is a teenager. She behaves very edgy with Senji, which I don't like really. But she as an individual character, in my opinion, is top two character of Neon Genesis Evangelion. If Shinji is the most likable and most philosophical character of Neon Genesis Evangelion, then Asuka is the second one, and third one is many people say Rei Ayanami, but in my opinion, Rei Ayanami's philosophical understanding and the psychological aspects are very simple. She was a clone of Shinji's mom, but I really like the concepts of Misato's life. Misato had a very deeply questionable sexual life, and Misato had a very problematic relation with her father. She had daddy issues, and this is why I like Neon Genesis Evangelion. Each and every character has some kind of psychological issue. That's why I always recommend any people that watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. You will be learning something, or you will find any relatable character. I personally don't relate to any character from Neon Genesis Evangelion. If I have to relate to any character, I will be relating to that particular scientist. Tell me the name, na? Reiko or kya naam tha? I forgot the name. Let me Google once. Yeah, Ritsuko. Yes, I told Ritsuko Akagi. I relate to her because she is an engineer and I am an engineer as well. So I feel like, yeah, she is kind of a person I am like, nerd, typical nerd, and also kind of manipulated by her job. So yeah, I love Neon Genesis. Actually, I have a very much deep interest towards understanding Neon Genesis philosophy as well. I have made multiple posts in 2023 about Neon Genesis Evangelion. Okay, so ओके चलो आज के लिए इतना ही. बहुत बहुत बात हो गया. लाइक आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली स्पीकिंग सिंस पास्ट 1 hour. सो आई लाइक दिस सेशन. एक्चुअली आई लाइक दिस सेशन एंड माई कोर philosophical message was that don't try to argue with those people from where you are not actually getting something positive outcome or positive, at least some common ground. Try to come to a common ground. Like if x is providing something and you are y, then come to a common ground, x cross y. Okay, so that will be more productive, more mature take on the context. I really try to come to a middle ground with people, but people try to give racial terms. People try to throw some random words, like for example, if you criticize feminism, you will be labeled as incel. If you have to criticize toxic masculinity, they will be calling you, oh beta, you are a femboy, these kind of things. But in my opinion, that if you can avoid these things, that will be the best thing. That will be the true wisdom of your life and a peaceful life. In my opinion, peaceful life is not getting into argument with those people who have the lowest brain cell to actually fathom what you are trying to convey. Okay, and this is the problem of modern society. They have become unfathomable. Your words are so much heavy or so much rational that it cannot be processed by people who are not meant to be like there, who are not meant to be coming to a rational conversation. Okay. Achha, last question, that is by study only. Top 5 fictional literature character. Fictional में तो anime manga characters भी आते हैं. So I will be including some manga characters as well. First, I am not again ranking. These are random names. One should be Gora. I have already told you. One should be Mrityunjoy, one of my favorite characters of Tarasankar Bandyopadhyay. He was actually affected by the famine, the great famines of Kolkata in 1942 during the World War II, and how his character became a nihilist. That is a great story. He became psychologically pessimistic, and he eventually became one of the people who were starving from the famine. So he is a great character, Mrityunjoy. Raskolnikov from Crime and Punishment. I like also. I will be taking name of particularly if I have to take name of the character I relate, that is Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, and And the final one shall be mm, the final one shall be I think we should be taking name of Guts. Guts is a really good character, not my favorite character. I can take name of Guts because I cannot take name of Musashi. Musashi already really existed in this world. If I have to take Musashi's name from Vagabond, then that is a separate case, but I am not taking name of Musashi. If you erase that point of fictional, particularly fictional word, I can take name of Musashi, Miyamoto Musashi, definitely. Any anime you are currently watching? Yes, I am currently watching 3 animes. One is the Bunny Girl Senpai, like the season 2, and My Dress Up Darling season 2, Takopi's Original Sin, and these 2 3, and Call of the Night. I am watching Call of the Night season 2. Okay, Dandadan season 2 I have watched as well, but I will not be probably watching Dandadan's more episodes because I think the animation was okay. Okay, so wasted. It's okay. Typical Tetsu live stream talking about everything, ignoring the caps of the stream. Yeah, we start with a thing, then we move on to so many things. Now, this is the best part of my live stream. I believe that everything else than my own topic, I focus on your topics. I prioritize you all. That is the thing. That come to the conclusion. मैं prioritize करता हूँ तुम लोगों को. I really value my subscribers. That's why I value your questions more than my own analogies of the caption, particularly the title. I love you all. I love you all. Honestly speaking, I love you all, and I don't really come online to monetize on all of you or gain any kind of attention, kind of do any kind of rage bait on all of you. I try to really talk heart to all of you. That's why my live streams are not staged. My live streams are very much transparent, I believe. मैं बहुत ही ट्रांसपेरेंट रहता हूँ. मैं ऐसा ही बंदा रियल लाइफ पे भी रहता हूँ. मैं ट्राई करता हूँ मेरे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ कम्युनिकेट जितना कर सकूँ. लेकिन द थिंग इज़ कि दिस इज़ द ब्यूटी ऑफ लाइफ इन माई ओपिनियन दैट you meet random strangers online and they become really important to you. Like for example, you all subscribers, my brothers and sisters. That's the thing. So yes, that's let's move on, and that's it for today. Thank you. And other questions I will be answering in the next live stream. Please preserve those questions in your refrigerator. Until then, good night, have a great day, do great in your career, and thank you for this session. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.